Please welcome Dr. Barry Selleck, Vice Chancellor, UCSF Innovation Ventures, and Mark Goldstein, Partner at Builders VC and Chairman of UCSF Health Hub.
Welcome, everybody. It's a real pleasure to welcome you to the inaugural UCSF Health Hub Digital Health Awards celebration here in Mission Bay campus of UCSF in, importantly, Byers Auditorium. Adjacent, I will point out, to Byers Hall. Byers meaning Brooke Byers, who, if he's in the audience, Brooke, I saw you earlier. I can't see where you're seated right now, but thank you very much for your ongoing support of UCSF and everything that we do here. Our Chancellor, Dr. Sam Hallgood, was actually looking forward to being here this evening, but unfortunately he's been delayed returning from a University of California Regents meeting down in UCLA this morning, but he does send his regards to everyone. I am pleased, however, that throughout the evening you'll have the opportunity to meet some of our faculty here at UCSF who are defining and leading our digital health innovations, including people such as Dr. Michael Blum sitting here, Stefano Bini, and I must warn you, it's Stefano, not Stefano, Stefano Bini. We also have Urmi Mala-Sarkar sitting back there next to Dr. Michael Lesh. And last but not least, we have the digital doctor himself, physician scientist, author, former mascot of the ferocious Fighting Quakers from the University of Pennsylvania, and chairman of our Department of Medicine, Dr. Bob Wachter. Now, as part of our mission at UCSF of advancing health worldwide and serving the public's interest, we're constantly seeking ways of increasing the quality of healthcare delivery, while at the same time reducing costs and improving treatment outcomes for our patients. And while most political discussions are focused on the high cost of pharmaceutical drugs, they actually account for only about 10% of the US healthcare spend. The vast majority of healthcare dollars go towards hospital care as well as physician and clinical services, both of which provide really attractive targets for development of innovative digital health technologies. But as a leading academic medical center, neither our mission nor our expertise is really focused on converting those innovations to actual products. So when Mark Goldstein approached us almost 2 years ago with his vision of building a digital health-focused nonprofit growth studio that would connect UCSF faculty and students with experienced entrepreneurs and super high-quality VC investors from Silicon Valley, and to call it UCSF Health Hub, we at UCSF embraced Mark and have helped him build what today has been a very successful organization called UCSF Health Hub. Since then, Health Hub has grown to include more than 1,000 UCSF faculty and students, hundreds of entrepreneurs, and close to 24 extraordinary VC investors, while hosting a variety of events over the past year that have resulted in countless new introductions between people who would otherwise never have had an opportunity to meet one another. Tonight marks the first of what will be an annual event to focus the entire digital health community on those companies and technologies that our judges believe have the greatest potential of impacting healthcare now in a way that will dramatically benefit society. So on behalf of UCSF, I'd like to thank Mark and his team, as well as all those faculty, entrepreneurs, investors, and the almost 250 volunteer judges who have contributed to this event. And finally, congratulations to all of the finalists whose creativity and efforts we would not even be here today, this evening, without them. So again, thank you very much. Mark?
Thanks, Barry. So UCSF is really a unique place. It's sitting in history of what will be remembered as the cradle of innovation. I mean, that's Silicon Valley, but more increasingly, it's San Francisco. And what's interesting is that in and around UCSF is where more new healthcare innovations are happening more often and now more quickly than any other place in the world. So we started Health Hub because we thought this whole ecosystem, everything around UCSF was really powerful, but if we could sort of smash and connect people better and bring experienced investors, doctors and clinicians, researchers that much faster together with early stage companies and inventors, that amazing product could reach the market more quickly and more cost effectively. So what's Health Hub? So Health Hub we are a nonprofit, 100% funded by the venture capital community, including Mayfield, DCVC, Coastal Ventures, and all these others you see up on this list. Our donors fund all of our operations, and our mission is just to help get better, less expensive healthcare faster to market. We have a product called Health Hub Connect, where there are 1,000 seed stage companies, investors that we connect, and it's sort of like a Match.com for healthcare. So we wanted to do something, and that's been great, but we wanted to do something for these larger in-market companies who told us, it would be great, I appreciate that you can match me with investors or advisors, but we don't need them. We actually have great advisors. We have some of our investors. We've gotten through early trials, but what we want to do is we want to scale and we want to grow. So people, they kept saying, we want to scale, we want to grow. So we're like, And then they said, well, we don't need another accelerator in San Francisco. We don't need another Shark Tank, and we don't want another demo day. They're great people doing that. And what they wanted was validation. And validation actually is the thing that UCSF worldwide is something they're really good at. So we came up with this idea of award show. And basically it was just taking a page from the Academy Awards where nominated films attract moviegoers. And our spin was to do this for doctors, clinicians, and savvy patients to more easily help them find great digital health products. I mean, it's tough for us as VCs to figure out what to invest in. This is our full-time job. So imagine if you're a doctor or a clinician out there. You need help. There's all these great digital health products coming to market. Which ones do you pick? But we knew it would take a village to pull this off. So while we're really excited to be working here with UCSF, with the rest of the UC system, we knew it would take a village. And with this award show, we're collaborating with the best group of healthcare innovation centers worldwide. And that includes Matter in Chicago, Health Wildcatters in Texas, Cedar Mount Sinai in LA, Dream It, Philadelphia, and Hit Lab in New York, and all these, and a number of others. So we've really brought this group together, and that's what's allowed us to get all these submissions. So we ended up getting 500 submissions of great companies that we wanted to make sure in an award show, we didn't want to miss anyone. And we thought that we would go to where all these companies started. So why are we doing this? Well, we think, look, companies win, they're going to get validation. Doctors and clinicians win because they're going to find best solutions faster. Us investors, I'm a VC, we win because we can help our companies get to scale up faster, and we can change the world in a positive way, again, putting our little dent in the universe. But really, most importantly, patients win, and that's what we're trying to do, get this stuff to patients. There's so much amazing digital health technologies out there, and people don't know what to do. So with that, I want to come back to Barry.
Thanks a lot, Mark. So let me describe the process for judging the company submissions. So the process began on June 15th, spanning several rounds of voting by about 250 independent judges. The first step was open submissions, in which the company's products or services must be validated by a third party, be on the market with use by thousands of patients, be patient referenceable, be purchasable by payers, patients, or providers in the U.S., and meet exercia criteria in partnership with the American Medical Association. Our judges took that list of 500 plus submissions and winnowed that down to 130 based upon the following criteria. How does your product reduce cost of healthcare? What specific outcomes are you improving? How does your product improve the lives of patients? And how is your product improving digital health equity, particularly with respect to access to vulnerable populations? That 130 was then further reduced by another round of judging to 52 based upon the following criteria. In 50 words or less, what does your product do? How is your product reimbursed? What evidence of benefit have you established? And how is your product different from the competition? And as a consequence of that final round, from those 52, the judges then selected the 14 winners that are being announced tonight.
So we had 250 qualified, non-compensated judges doing this voting. And they were professionals, they were doctors, they were researchers, they were clinicians, analysts, and payers. And then we selected 14 categories. We first sat down at our board of directors meeting at Health Hub and we said, well, what categories make sense? We then spent quite a bit of time with a number of analysts in the industry. And then once we got the data coming in, where we had 500 plus companies, we further modified the list because we realized now we had the data telling us where a lot of the companies were and what categories made sense. So with that, we're about ready to go. And before I start, I wanted to make sure we thank our sponsors. None of this could have been available to us without Builders Venture Capital, JP Morgan, Innovation Ventures, which is the group that Barry runs, NVIDIA, and Silicon Valley Bank. And really with that, let's go.
Please welcome Dr. Stefano Binni, Executive Director and Founder of DOCSF.
Yeah. You hold this.
That and a whole lot of hollering is what got me to stand up in my office one day and walk into the clinic where I saw my patient, 6'2", ex-football player linebacker, yelling and hollering at my staff, who were much smaller and quite upset. So why was he upset? He had a knee replacement, and he had opted into a research program where he got to use an app that delivered physical therapy to him at home. This was 2014. It was pretty cutting edge at the time, and he was loving it. And he'd come back for his second knee replacement, but it's a research project. He randomized the control arm, and he wasn't going to get the app. So he slammed on the table and got really upset. Needless to say, we got what he wanted. We had to get him out of the research project. But it was about that time that I realized that there was a need that had to be met, and we weren't meeting in healthcare. So I am Stefano Binni. I'm a professor in the Department of Orthopedic Surgery at UCSF. I'm also its Chief Technology Officer, which is an unusual position, but my charge is to see if we can help orchestrate the digital journey for our patients in our department. I also run a conference in digital orthopedics, and as part of that, I learned that in digital health, it's become crystal clear that enabling patient engagement is an essential part of building the healthcare models of the future. Personalized medication management, shared decision-making, engaging patients in their treatment plan, and improving patient access to care are the areas of opportunity that our finalists have focused on. The nominees in the category of electronic health record and patient engagement are, isn't that cool? I've always wanted to do this. Luma Health, Wiser Care, Lumion, and UScript. This is so much fun. And the winner is Luma Health.
In Houston, Texas, and I want to talk to you about how Luma Health has helped us accomplish the triple aim of improved patient experience, reduced patient costs, and improved patient outcomes. And they help us do this with scalable technology so that we don't have to own all the resources. It's made a lot of people in our office happy. It's made the referring doctors happy through the referral module, which notifies them and our staff that patients have made an appointment. It makes my office staff very happy because it reduces the amount of hours they have to work and the number of them that I need to hire, because it's helped with patient online forms and appointments, which go directly into our electronic health system. It helps with confirmations and cancellations with a smart wait list that fills patients after hours and on weekends. It reduces no-show rates quite a bit without any humans involved. It also helps me and makes me very happy sending patient educational materials before and after based on visit type and what the patient's coming in for. It helps my billing staff with efficient SMS communication. It helps us overall in a lot of ways, and it's the backbone of our practice. And if they don't have a solution, I know they're about to find it.
Thank you very much.
We founded Luma Health about 5 years ago. My name's Aditya. I'm one of the co-founders and CTO. And we founded Luma Health about 5 years ago with the simple problem we aimed to solve, which was patients want to get access to care, but getting access to care is very hard, even though the care might be available. And Dr. Jogi is one of our original customers. He's an endocrinologist in the Houston area. And one of the things we learned a lot from working with our customers, our clinics, our pilots, our enterprises, was how important it is to actually make the day-to-day lives of actually patients going about their journey to be very, very seamless, easy, and patient first. And we're really excited to be able to, very excited to be able to accept an award, kind of validating, as we were saying earlier, the kind of work that we've done around making it easy for patients to navigate their own journey, get access to care, and communicate with their doctors as they would see fit. So thank you, UCSF. Thank you to all the sponsors. We're really excited to be part of this wonderful evening. Thank you.
Please welcome Dr. Michael Bloom, Associate Vice Chancellor for Informatics, Chief Digital Transformation Officer of the UCSF Center for Digital Health Innovation.
Thank you very much. It's hard to follow Stefano's act. Before I was doing digital transformation for the health system, I was the Chief Medical Information Officer and drove the EHR effort for the university. Across the country, we've spent the last decade digitizing healthcare, which has been a fantastic advance on one hand. On the other hand, it's created a lot of burden for providers. But more interestingly, from this perspective, what it's created is huge clinical data silos across the country. The data silos have given us access to particular pieces of data, but they are not connected and don't allow us to have any deeper insights into the data. They leave us with huge troves of disconnected data that impinge on the research efforts. More importantly, the new trend towards patient-generated data is only going to worsen the issue. Empowered patients are increasingly asking and reasonably expecting that all of their data is used in the clinical decision-making that goes on. At the same time, payers and providers are expecting to access the data in creating more efficient and deeper clinical experiences with the patients. Without interoperability, none of this happens. Each of the nominees in this category seek to support these efforts going forward, and they are Qventus, Intelligent Operations for Healthcare; Moxie, Aligning Healthcare for a Better Tomorrow; Human API, Maximizing Human Potential; and Ambra, your medical imaging cloud. And the winner is Qventus, Intelligent Operations for Healthcare.
Hospitals and health systems are under increasing financial pressures, with declining reimbursements and large acute cost bases. One huge opportunity to decrease costs and capital spending is to reduce inefficiencies. Qventus makes this possible with an innovative new system of action for optimizing patient flow. The Qventus platform uses machine learning to predict potential problems, like overcrowding and delayed discharges, before they occur. But machine learning alone is not enough. Qventus also helps you take immediate action to avoid the future problems. It recommends the highest priority actions to your frontline staff, automates key steps whenever possible, and simplifies communication and coordination among interdisciplinary teams. Working as a true partner, we will help you operationalize the technology, using proven processes and a team of experts in data science, health tech deployments, and clinical change management. Over 70 leading hospitals and health systems are using Qventus to improve throughput. They've decreased length of stay, reduced excess days, increased patient volumes, and much more, ultimately unlocking tens of millions of dollars in annual financial benefit. A new era of efficient operations has arrived. Qventus, simplifying how healthcare operates.
Thank you so much. At Qventus, we believe that healthcare operations can be simpler and should be simpler, and that clinicians should be able to spend more of their time practicing medicine. And a big part of that is enabling organizations like hospitals all around the country to figure out how to identify operational issues before they occur, orchestrate frontline action to resolve those issues, and then manage accountability for continuous improvement. And this is kind of our passion at Cuventus, and for this award, I'd really like to thank, of course, sponsors and everyone who made this possible, but most of all, our customers. We are remarkably lucky to be able to partner with many of the leading hospitals, hospital systems in the country, Dignity, Emory, Fairview, Mercy, New York Presbyterian, and help them figure out how to reduce length of stay, how to eliminate excess days, and ultimately treat more patients, and to do that while improving patient care. So I'm really honored to be a part of all that, and thank you all for making this possible.
Please welcome Lindy Fishburne, Executive Director of Breakout Labs.
I'm going to change the tone a little bit, and we're talking about mental illness and mental health and depression and anxiety and panic disorder. And we all have friends and loved ones who have suffered from mental illness. Personally, I've been on the journey of managing anxiety with a teenager, and there's no wonder that it seems to be all around us. The latest numbers are that 20% of adults are struggling with mental health issues every year, and the cost can be devastating. $200 billion in lost earnings a year, and as we all know, disruption to work and families and relationships, potentially substance abuse and hospitalizations. So clearly this is a tough problem with no easy answer, but I think digital health is a new tool in our toolkit, and we're seeing it play an important role in helping people find care and get the right treatment. And we're fortunate now to have so many entrepreneurs that are launching companies in this space. And tonight we celebrate one company that's already had an outsized impact in helping patients find and access appropriate care and reduce the cost of mental illness. So I'm excited to share that our nominees this evening are Lyra Health, Maru Health, NeuroFlow, and Silver Cloud. And this is fun. There we go. And the winner is Maru Health. Congratulations.
I'm Christian Gipsy, founder of Meru Health. Meru Health is a technology-enabled mobile health provider treating depression, anxiety, and burnout with remote clinicians, an app-based treatment program, and biofeedback. We've incorporated cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, nutritional psychiatry, and sleep medicine to help people heal. We work with leading providers such as Sutter Health, John Muir, and a bunch of Fortune 100 companies providing our service to their employees. We've also published peer-reviewed scientific evidence showing that our intervention is safe to use and it's effective even 1 year after treatment completion. Yeah, so we're super excited to be nominated. Thanks so much for having us, and we look very much forward to seeing what's going to happen here. Thanks so much.
Oh wait, sorry, we have to take a quick picture. Okay. Thank you. All you.
Wow, hey, thanks so much. Really thankful for this. I want to say a few words. So when founded the company in 2016, one of my personal motivations was that I unfortunately lost my brother back in the days to depression. And I founded the company to improve access and to improve care efficacy for people. And today it's more important than ever, as was mentioned, that it's a huge crisis, nationally and everywhere globally. So it's an honor to be here today, and on behalf of everyone. I mean, there's countless cool companies and entrepreneurs working on this very important problem, and it's really something that touches me, and I'm really thankful. And I wish that we'll be able together to reduce suffering and improve human potential in the future. Thanks a lot.
Please welcome Michael Comer, Digital Health Strategy at the AMA.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the American Medical Association Physician Innovation Network team, we are very pleased to be here tonight, recognizing digital health innovation that has integrated physician input as a means for solution development focused on great patient care. Through our work with the Physician Innovation Network, we help connect physicians and companies from across the country to make sure that the clinical voice is integrated into the development of solutions such as remote care and diagnostics. To date, the Physician Innovation Network, also known as PIN, has more than 10,000 users and over 20 organizational collaborators from across the country, including UCSF Health Hub. We encourage everyone to join the PIN community in order to have access to those emerging solutions, such as the ones that are being awarded this evening, and for physicians and patients alike to have the ability to share their needs and their critical feedback. Together, we are working to ensure that digital health solutions, such as remote care and diagnostics, that are needed to deliver care both inside and outside the four walls of the clinic, are evidence-based and meet the needs of patients and physicians alike so that we can improve outcomes. And without further ado, the nominees are AliveCore, Siren, Wealth, and Enso. All right, and the winner is AliveCore.
So this is our platform. We do ECGs. We have a consumer portable ECG device. This is a physician portal where a patient can have all their ECGs forwarded to their cardiologist, have them reviewed over time, interpretations entered, and have all this data ready for you when you come back into the doctor's office or are contacted by a physician if an incident happens or they notice something in your ECGs. So maybe I'll let this video finish up. I thought there was audio for this. All right, well, thank you. I got a little speech, so thank you everybody so much. It's very meaningful to be recognized by a storied institution like UCSF. Today, 1/3 of all deaths are cardiovascular related. Roughly 1/2 of those patients experience warning signs in the 4 weeks leading up to incident. And only 1 in 5 of those patients seek medical help. So at AliveCore, our goal is to build a service that increases cardiac vigilance and decreases cardiac deaths while putting the patient at the center of those efforts. So we're a small company. We want to improve healthcare, and we're just crazy enough to think that maybe we'll save some lives along the way. So thank you for validating all the late nights, and you'll be hearing from us in the future. Thank you.
Hi everybody, it's Daniel Kraft. I'm the faculty chair of medicine for Singularity University and the founder and chair of exponential medicine and digital.health. Sorry I can't be with you, I'm in Dubai or London at the moment. It's really been an honor to be part of the judging for the first UCSF Digital Health Awards. Some incredible companies in the mix. You know, it's a really opportune time now for the convergence of many exponential technologies coming together to, as many of you have demonstrated, enable us to reimagine prevention, diagnostics, therapy, and access to care around the planet. I think, you know, the next 10 years will make the last 10 years look slow, and I think this community together is really going to play an important role in catalyzing a brighter future for healthcare around the planet. So kudos to everybody, and keep on building the future. Thanks.
Hey guys, this is Atul from UCSF, wishing all of you at the Digital Health Awards very best of luck tonight. I wish I could be there in person, but I know this is an extremely important event for digital health and for UCSF. I'm not sure where I am right now, but as you can tell, I'm on a plane as usual. So I wish I could be there in person, but I'm wishing you all the best.
I'm Dr. Mike Roizen, and I'm proud to be part of the UCSF inaugural Digital Health Awards. Why? Because we at the Cleveland Clinic believe that healthcare will be radically changed by digital health. Yeah, we didn't do as well in football as we should have this week, but you can do well with digital health.
Please welcome Urshit Parikh, partner, Mayfield Fund.
Good evening, everyone. We at Mayfield believe that the next generation of entrepreneurs in healthcare will actually reinvent significant parts of the ecosystem versus selling the companies early to existing companies that are part of the problem. So with that, it's with great pleasure that I get to talk about our next award. It's the Cancer Digital Diagnostic Award. In the past decade, there have been remarkable advances in our ability to digitize biology. Next-generation sequencing, single-cell sequencing, biosensors, wearables, advances in imaging, even things like low-cost PCR and the use of CRISPR for disease detection. The nice thing about these technologies that allow us to digitize biology is that they really quantify the living state. And this allows us to have very high quality information that can then be leveraged with all the advances that are happening in information technology. This includes cloud, AI, mobile technologies. Now, the best thing about the last few years is that this cost to digitize biology is fast trending to zero. And this is why we are now seeing early cancer detection technologies hit critical mass. Benjamin Franklin famously said an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Well, when we are dealing with diseases like cancer, which are hard to prevent and even harder to treat, I'd say an ounce of early detection is worth a ton of cure. And so with that, it's my pleasure to introduce our finalists for the award for the Best Cancer Digital Diagnostic. It's AI Dance, Flatiron, Onco Solutions, and Mobile ODT. And with that, I actually don't know who the winner is, so I'm very curious. And the winner is Flatiron Health.
Jessica Becker, medical record number 637954. Jessica returns today in follow-up for an unscheduled visit. When I examine you, I actually can feel your liver a little bit. Hopefully, it'll turn out to be nothing, but I do think we need to do it. Can have Sarah walk her over. The kids are, I think, still out in the lobby. K-box chemotherapy period, risk and side effects were reviewed with her in detail.
We'll get you a chair. I'm gonna keep the appointment. That way we can hold it, so otherwise it's gonna get booked.
Wow, it's high today.
You feel nauseous? You're in pain?
We'll check on funding. This is what she deserves. It is their responsibility.
Jessica returns today in follow-up. You lost any weight? I'm a little bit concerned.
Stick with us, and we promise you anytime you don't feel good, we'll get you through it.
Did they order anything for pain? Okay, I'm gonna go grab that. Just give me 1 second. We're gonna start, okay?
Jess returns today in follow-up. Jessica returns today in follow-up.
All right, your blood pressure, it's 123/83. Not bad, really good.
Jess returns today. Her scans show that she's responded.
You made it. You're probably exhausted. Do you want another one? You sure?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, it was so good to see you. Well, and don't forget about us. Stop in sometime.
I will.
So that's closed. Yep. Thanks, folks.
That gives me shivers every time. So I'm from New York, and in New York, we have so many entrepreneurs and technologists and investors who are working on some of the biggest problems in the world. How to serve you more advertisements online. And we think that's a problem, right? We think it's a problem that people are working on this when they could be working on healthcare. And I strongly believe that that is only going to be fixed because of organizations like this that are bringing together technologists with clinicians and with investors and putting that seed together to start a community that will bring those groups together to solve problems that really matter. That's what's always motivated us, and so I'm very grateful to accept this award and very grateful for the work that everybody's doing here. Thank you. Please welcome Dr. Tom Luby, Managing Director of TMC Innovation.
So after meeting at St. John University and both graduating with degrees in pharmacy, my parents spent 40 plus years serving the healthcare needs of their community. Both were well respected for their medical insight, their caring approach, and their helpful advice. At home, however, Mom was the go-to person in our family when it came to decisions about any of our healthcare. This is not unusual. Women live longer than men. Women are typically the chief caregivers in any household, and women guide the household purchasing decisions. In fact, it's been reported that women are responsible for 80 to 90 cents on the dollar for every healthcare decision made in a household. That said, healthcare product development has traditionally been focused on men. Recently, the term femtech has emerged to describe the rising wave of startups operating at the intersection of technology and female health. According to PitchBook, about $1 billion has been invested in femtech since 2015, and many people are saying that's just the tip of the iceberg. With that in mind, the nominees for the category of femtech are Bloom Life, Baby Scripts, Wildflower Health, and Pill Club. And the winner is Wildflower Health. Congratulations.
Wildflower has a clear mission: growing healthy families. Through our Family Health mobile app, we serve as a personal assistant and trusted guide for all things healthcare. We partner with health plans, hospital systems, and employers to improve health and increase engagement. The journey starts at the very beginning, planning for a healthy family. By digitizing your current maternity programs, we extend your reach to establish deeper connections sooner. Our app manages a healthy pregnancy, from the first trimester to due date. Once baby has arrived, we stay closely connected with the growing family, tracking all the important milestones for early childhood development, newborn to toddler, and beyond, while offering life hacks for parents on sleep and travel to feeding the family. With Wildflower, families can manage the health needs of moms, dads, kids, and aging parents. Plus, they get the most from benefits and support available through their health plan, employer, major healthcare providers, and local community, all in one app. Want to learn more about the power of wildflower? Let's grow something great together.
Wow, well, thank you very, very much. Our founder, Leah Sparks, started the company 7 years ago when she was expecting and was trying to traverse the silos of healthcare. And today we're here, couldn't be more honored to be with the rest of the femtech community, but also because of our customers, because of the moms and the babies that we're helping every single day. We're able to bring down those silos and meet mom where she's at with our digital technology and digital therapeutics and making a difference. So thank you so much for this honor, and we really appreciate it.
Please welcome Barney Pell, Founding Fellow of the Creative Destruction Lab.
Artificial intelligence has barely scratched the surface of its applications to healthcare. The possibilities are really, really incredible, and I believe that almost every aspect of health will be transformed by AI. I'm a long-term artificial intelligence researcher myself for about 30 years, and moved increasingly towards being a practitioner and applying AI, and then becoming an entrepreneur and multiple companies and a very active angel investor and advisor. I helped to start Singular University as an associate founder, mentored a bunch of the student teams, creating incredible companies there. And for the last 4 years, have been very active as a founding fellow in the Creative Destruction Lab, which is one of the largest accelerators of startup companies in the world. Started originally out of University of Toronto, expanded all across Canada and then to New York and now in England. In such a role, I helped to start the AI track and machine learning track and actually the health tracks across multiple chapters of the organization, and then got a chance to mentor hundreds of companies at the intersection of AI and healthcare. So I'm really excited to be here presenting the award for the best application of AI. AI has the chance to augment and enhance human decision-making across all aspects of medicine, whether it's doctors, nurses, or the patients themselves. It also has a chance to stand in for medical expertise and help as a coach, a motivator, tracking and nudging people to draw on the best medicine and knowledge wherever they are. And it even has it 24/7, and even has the chance to serve anybody who may not even have access to normal medical care, and thus help to democratize access to health care. So we have some great companies here, and the nominees, the finalists for the category of application of AI are Livongo, Health Reveal, Robot, and Cuventus. And I don't know who the winner is, but I'll bet they're going to be good. The winner of the best application of AI is Livongo.
Data and numbers with diabetes are actually your friend. You have a support system that stands behind you.
Here's a mindset, a different perspective to help me make the change permanent.
And understanding your disease and controlling it.
I see it more as a feedback mechanism from my body.
I realized that there was like a whole new world of empowering yourself.
Now I have an endurance with my body that I never had in my life before.
I couldn't go hiking with my friends as much as I used to love to do as a kid. And now I can do that again.
And I think if everyone had that opportunity, it would make living with a chronic illness so much easier.
In the future, I see this actually as almost like a movement.
Feeling like you're not alone, feeling that, you're not just a number.
Just help people to help people.
I would see the world to be a big community. You're set up for success. You're not set up for failure.
I am back to me. I'm back to my bubbly self.
I'm not scared of diabetes anymore.
It's like, what was I waiting for the whole time?
Who's in?
Hey guys, so grateful for this recognition. I'm I'm the Chief Data Scientist of Livongo, and really grateful for the recognition you've given us. There's about 147 million people in the country who live with one or more chronic conditions and actively trying to manage these conditions. And our mission and goal at Livongo is to use machine learning and AI to figure out how we help these people lead the best lives they can. So obviously the experience they have every day of managing the condition, but also delivering outcomes and economic ROI that allows our healthcare system to scale in our economy and in our society. The core of this is what we call our AI engine, which stands for aggregate across a variety of different sources, interpret, apply, and iterate, this constant feedback loop that allows us to improve every part of your experience. This technology allows us to personalize each and every step of experiences that members have on Livongo. So across our multiple chronic condition products, diabetes, hypertension, weight management, and a variety of other products as we scale. And so really grateful for this opportunity and speaks for the mission of all those people working really hard inside Livongo trying to make this real. So thank you.
CEO and Managing Director of Rock Health. I'm really excited to be talking to you, and I really wish I were there at the UCSF Digital Health Awards. This is a really incredible occasion, just because of what UCSF is doing, but also just given where we are as an industry. Rock Health has been privileged to interact with a lot of the companies that are there and invest in a number of them. We also publish a bunch of information, and our perspective is that the industry is at an amazing inflection point right now. A lot of digital venture investors have put money behind digital health companies. There's been a number of exciting IPOs, but more than anything, the industry is really maturing. And it's a great time to be celebrating the work that so many folks are doing. And so I hope you have a great evening, and again, wish I were there with you.
Hi everybody, this is Ann Wellington. I'm so sorry I can't be there in the room with all of you tonight, but I'm sure it's a remarkable gathering of some of the best and brightest in our digital health community. As Managing Director at the Cedars-Sinai Accelerator, I have a front row seat to witness some of the power of digital health to provide our clinicians with cutting-edge tools to improve patient care and provide our patients with personalized, innovative experiences to help them improve their health and wellness. I can't think of a better use of the power of technology than tackling some of the challenges we face in healthcare. So thank you all for the work that you all do every day to improve healthcare around the world, and have fun tonight.
Please welcome Dr. Hubert Zaitchik, CEO, Health Wildcatters.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to talk a little bit about telemedicine tonight. At Health Wildcatters, we're located in Dallas, Texas. We've actually invested in almost a dozen telemedicine companies over the years. But one thing you might not know is that Teladoc, one of the pioneers in telemedicine, hails from Dallas. This company is one of those pioneers that powered through and got to that point where they're actually a publicly traded company now that has a $5 billion, I can check your phones, maybe it's 4.9 today, market cap out there. Telemedicine is much more than 24/7 access to a physician. That's how it started. It is now an ability through a slick interface to connect between specialists, physicians, hospitals, and patients, and also to connect through connected devices and smart devices to be able to draw more information and have more conclusions, make the interactions more effective. In telemedicine, we honor today some of the best in this field, and the nominees are Doctor on Demand, Health Cubed, American Well, and Cloudbreak Health. And the winner is, if Daniel Kraft is watching, it's not La La Land. It's an inside joke. Let's see if he gets it. The winner is Doctor on Demand.
The primary care system in our country has reached a breaking point. 30% of adults and 45% of millennials don't have a primary care physician. It's time to reimagine primary care. Synapse is a new platform by Doctor on Demand. We've created a digital medical home that synchronizes with connected devices, allowing comprehensive data to be shared across provider networks, all supported by a clinical care team across a full suite of clinical capabilities. From preventive health to chronic disease management to integrated behavioral health and urgent care, our smart referral system guides patients to in-network specialists, lab services, imaging, and pharmacies. Doctor on Demand is committed to helping people live healthier lives. And through Synapse, we reimagine primary care for today's world and for many healthy tomorrows.
Well, thank you very much. I have not seen that video before, so it's nice. Thank you very much, UCSF Health Hub, and the sponsors of this award ceremony. 6 years ago first of all, my name is Ian Tong. I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Doctor on Demand. And 6 years ago, I spent a lot of my time educating medical boards, regulators about what is telemedicine, what can you do with it, what is the scope of practice. That has changed drastically over the last 6 years. Now I believe that, as you said, it has become really table stakes for the smooth, efficient, and productive delivery of outstanding, high-quality healthcare at a low cost. And Doctor on Demand has been very proud to evolve from low-complexity visits to virtual primary care. And it's just such a great opportunity for us to really transform how healthcare is delivered. So I want to recognize and acknowledge the other companies and medical practices that were up on that screen, and I want to encourage them to keep doing this fantastic work to really enable patients to get outstanding care in their homes where they want it and when they want it. Thank you very much for this award.
Please welcome Dr. Bob Wachter, author of The Digital Doctor and chair of the Department of Medicine at UCSF.
Good evening. It's a great pleasure to be here. It's really a wonderful and fun event. I spent a year of my life studying digitization in healthcare because I was so pissed off. I had been waiting for digital to enter the world of healthcare for a couple of decades after seeing it roll through the rest of my life. Incredibly excited about it, thinking that it was going to solve all of our problems. And I saw that it solved many problems, but it was creating others, many of which were unanticipated. And I really came to believe that we would get there, but it was going to take some time, and it was going to take deep partnerships, and particularly partnerships between innovators and entrepreneurs and delivery systems and doctors and nurses and others and patients trying to figure it out together. There was no way, as I studied it and interviewed members of the technology community, they simply didn't understand enough about how medicine is practiced and what the experience of being a patient was in order to get it right. And I think for us in academia, we don't understand enough about things like scaling and building technologies and business models. And so one of the things that's so exciting about tonight is really it's the incarnation of something that many of my colleagues have been working on for a while, which is bringing these two communities together in the place that we're all lucky enough to live in, to try to reach a new place where we're going to make healthcare better and safer and more accessible and more equitable and less expensive. Now, it's a little bit odd that I have been asked to announce the award for consumer wellness and prevention. First of all, I don't engage in any of that personally. Second of all, my probably main claim to fame in healthcare is I started the hospitalist field and coined the term hospitalist, and that's the only clinical work I do is taking care of very sick people in hospitals. So I am reminded with this award of the immortal words of the comedian Red Fox, who once said, "Health nuts are going to feel stupid someday, lying in hospitals, dying of nothing." The hope is that these companies will be wildly successful in what they do, and patients will actually not lie in hospitals dying of nothing, but they actually won't make it to hospitals. They'll stay well, they'll stay out of hospitals, they'll stay out of emergency rooms, and they'll live their lives healthier and better for it. And so the companies in this space are innovating. It's actually one of the more exciting spaces in healthcare, if you think about it, because there's so much of the work in hospitals and clinics that is hyper-regulated. This is a space where I think there's more freedom to innovate, and so I think we're seeing that in these companies. And the nominees in this category for consumer wellness and prevention are Butterfly Network, Ada Health, GoodRx, and Hello Heart. And let's see if I can get this thing open. And the winner is Butterfly Network.
Well, thank you very much, UCSF Digital Health and the sponsors. Super excited to be with you this evening. In short, what we've done is rethink ultrasound, which is a harmless and really universal imaging modality, but it's been the same for about 50 years since it was first brought into clinical use, and so has not been accessible to 2/3 of the world thus far, and the vast majority of healthcare professionals. And so starting from the ground up, we took the ultrasound, and we shrunk it into a tiny chip, similar to a digital camera to see inside the body. And now the entire machine can fit in your pocket and at a super affordable cost compared to the alternatives, and with AI and cloud features to make it easy to use. We hope that it can have the impact that ultrasound should have, and already seeing phenomenal take-up and wonderful stories coming from our early customers. So thank you all for that. And thanks for the team at home mostly for doing all the hard work, and very nice to see you all. Thank you.
Please welcome Dr. Urmimala Sarkar, Professor of Medicine at UCSF and co-founder of Solve Health Tech.
Hi, friends. This is not the award that I was going to present, so I think maybe we will have Justin come up anyway, since this says something that I'm not doing. Okay.
Hello, I am not Dr. Urmimala Sarkar. I don't even compare to her. She's outstanding. You'll get to hear from her shortly. I'm Dr. Justin Graham. I'm the former Chief Innovation Officer for Hearst Health, and I'm a physician that's been working in the digital health space for 25 years since I was a student at this institution. And earlier this year, my teenage daughter, was suffering from chronic tonsillitis. She was miserable. She couldn't swallow. She couldn't sleep. And it was time to get an elective tonsillectomy. And I thought this was a perfect chance for me to really use my skills to be able to navigate the healthcare system. I've been doing this for a long time. I know how to evaluate quality measures. In fact, I've written quality measures. I know the CPT codes. I understood how to figure out what was in and out of network. And I spent weeks, and I could not for the life of me figure out where was the best place to have this done and who was the best surgeon to do the procedure. And even after we chose the right location, I couldn't even figure out how to get accurate cost information. So it's months later. My daughter has had the procedure. She's doing great. I'm still really frustrated. I'm still suffering. And fortunately, we have a number of companies in the patient cost savings category today who are trying to solve this very problem. All of them are helping patients navigate through our healthcare system to find better outcomes while spending less money and wasting less time. We have some companies that are helping, a company that's helping patients get to the right doctor for unique health conditions. We have a patient that helps patients get the tools they need to manage their own mental health journeys. We have a company that enables patients to communicate their own data back to physicians, and one that helps employers and employees work together to help find the highest quality, lowest cost providers for their unique health conditions. So I'm very pleased to announce that the nominees for the award in patient cost savings are Grand Rounds, Castlight Health, Silver Cloud, and Sensor RX. And the Academy gives the award to Grand Rounds.
Grand Rounds has an ambitious mission. Our team goes above and beyond to match people to the highest quality healthcare for themselves and for the ones that they love.
I came to Grand Rounds because I wanted to go from improving the lives of thousands of people to making a difference in millions of people's lives across the country.
I chose Grand Rounds because I wanted to work for a different kind of healthcare company. I wanted to be able to spend more time with our patients, listening to their concerns, helping solve their problems, helping bring answers to their questions, and helping them over the long term to be healthier individuals.
Putting patients first is really sort of why we all come to work every single day.
What drives me is that I'm making an impact for everyday people, people like myself.
At Grand Rounds, we believe everybody deserves access to the best healthcare. We're redefining the healthcare experience so all of us get better outcomes. If you don't want to settle for the status quo, you should come join us.
Please welcome Dr. Urmimala Sarkar, Professor of Medicine at UCSF and co-founder of Solve Health Tech.
Definitely not me.
Why don't you speak
Sure.
briefly?
Awesome. Thank you all. I'm super excited to be here. So my name's Nupur and I lead product at Grand Rounds. And at Grand Rounds, our mission is to raise the standard of care for everyone everywhere. So many of you may know us as an expert opinion company. That's where we started 7 years ago, to democratize the access to expertise. Not everybody is lucky enough to live close to great institutions like UCSF, and we serve the entire country, connecting them to high quality care. Over the years, we realized that there's actually many members that actually don't know how to pick a physician. They don't know who a high-quality physician is, and we all know it's close to impossible to figure out what anything costs. So Grand Rounds has spent a ton of time trying to model physicians and match members to high-quality care. And over the years, we've invested in a navigation solution, and we present ourselves as a personal healthcare assistant to members. So we're super excited to win this award. Over the years, we've shown evidence of improving outcomes as well as saving healthcare costs. Also, Dr. Amy Parikh actually used to be at UCSF. So thanks to UCSF for two things. One is giving us a great CMO, but also for this award. Thank you.
Please welcome Dr. Urmimala Sarkar, Professor of Medicine at UCSF, co-founder of Solve Health Tech.
I guess the third time is the charm. So I don't have to, usually I repeat my name because it's challenging, but this time I don't have to do that. I am in fact a professor of medicine here, and our mission on our team is to use digital innovation to improve the health of vulnerable populations. And I'm really heartened to be in this room of people who share this mission with me, and I hope we can continue to do this collaborative work together. Today, I am supposed to present the award for the best behavioral health company. And as a primary care physician, I can tell you it's really impossible to overstate the importance of improving behavioral health. We know that issues like depression and substance use are huge contributors to preventable illness and death. And there's a tremendous shortfall of access to behavioral health services in this country. Even things like managing chronic conditions are dependent on having adequate behavioral health skills and tools. And for employers, there's a massive financial impact of behavioral health issues, things like absenteeism and short and long-term disability. Substance abuse alone costs the U.S. over $750 billion per year in both a combination of healthcare costs and lost productivity. So hopefully all of these companies will be making a dent in that very big problem. And the nominees in the behavioral health category are Sana Health, Able2, NOCD, and Open Beds. And the winner is Sana Health.
Chronic pain affects 100 million people in the US.
In addition to sheer suffering, chronic pain causes multiple comorbidities, from increased cancer and cardiac risks to the problems of opioid addiction. In 1992, I had a severe spinal injury which caused nerve damage pain that was so severe I was given a 5-year life expectancy. I tried all of the standard treatments for chronic pain and nothing worked. So I developed Sana, which in just 3 months totally wiped out my underlying pain and saved my life. The device works by using pulsed light and sound and a heart rate variability feedback loop, which guides the user into a deep state of relaxation, which reduces pain and improves sleep. We have just completed a 75-person study, which showed a 3 times reduction in pain against placebo in just 10 minutes. We are now gearing up for clinical trials with Mount Sinai and the Texas Medical Center to take us through FDA and out to the market.
We are really excited to be running the clinical trial with Sana Health to look at the way that Sana can help our patients with neuropathic pain. This is an incredibly debilitating condition that is a huge issue. It really affects quality of life in all of our patients. We're really excited about this technology because we believe it could be truly disruptive in the way that we treat and think about chronic pain.
Here is Hattie, one of our earliest users.
It made my skin feel like it was normal again, and it made the pain go down.
If you are interested in helping us help millions of people like Hattie, I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. It's been a long journey to get here. My journey with this started in 1992 with a jeep crash off a bridge in the Yemen near the capital Sana'a, hence the company name. In that journey, I made the device originally for my own pain problem and sleep issues. And over time, we've had a vast amount of support. I just wanted to say thank you to my wife and my kid for putting up my travel, first of all, my team for putting up with all the different changes in direction of all the things that we are trying to address, and also all of the clinical partners from Dave Petrino at Mount Sinai to the people at UPenn and Cleveland Clinic, all the people who are helping us get this out to market. We are looking at opioid use disorder and anxiety and depression, and our go-to-market will be on fibromyalgia. As I said, we've had a very large amount of help from many, many people, some of them who are in this room. So thank you to all of you for your help in getting us out to help lots and lots of other people take less drugs and the drugs they are taking take more effectively. Thank you.
Please welcome Dr. Michael Lesh, 4-time entrepreneur and executive director at UCSF Innovation Ventures.
Thanks very much. Michael Lesh, I'm a cardiologist, was on faculty here for many years, and then left to become an entrepreneur myself. Started a cardiovascular device company and several after that, and I've been fortunate to be able to come back a couple of years ago and work with Barry Selleck and Innovation Ventures to try to help our faculty and UCSF commercialize the great technology that comes out of here. So my category is cardiovascular diagnostics. I would say as a cardiologist, one of the most frustrating things that can happen is when you have a patient in your office who had symptoms but doesn't have them while they're there, and you don't have a recording of anything that happened when they had the symptoms. So with the new technology, the smaller sensors and machine learning technology, we now are able to diagnose arrhythmias or heart murmurs in patients who are going about their normal life so that these symptoms can be tracked and the patient treated earlier, preventing stroke and death, or even just reassuring the patients that their cardiovascular system is normal. So the candidates for the award in cardiovascular diagnosis are the following. Bardy DX, Nanoware, Echo, and Azumio. And the winner is NanoAir.
Last year, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure.
Managing congestive heart failure is the chronic disease management case of our time. We just haven't found a cost-effective management solution for heart failure that reduces hospital readmissions.
What if an undergarment could identify heart failure weeks in advance of a hospitalizing event? Using our first of its kind FDA-approved cloth-based nanosensors, we've developed a garment that captures and scores 7 different metrics across electrical, hemodynamic, sound, audio, and actigraphy parameters.
NanoAir sensors and solutions provide best-in-class data for machine learning and can truly be a game changer in keeping our patients out of the hospital.
I want to play with my grandkids. I want the quality of my life back.
We can give these patients their life back.
Thank you very much. Extremely humbled for this honor alongside great companies like Bardi and Echo. I want to thank our UCSF for this opportunity, our team, our great team, particularly our founding engineers who started when we had no money, no business model, and nothing more than a dream. And with that, I have to thank the one person that this is not all would have been impossible with, which is our co-founder and chief innovation officer, Dr. Vijay Varadhan. He is my father. This is a culmination of 40-plus years of academic research focused on nanotechnology, and this has been pretty special to do with him. He never gave me his watch, his tie, his car when I was a kid, but when I turned 30, he gave me his tech. So, we are in cardiovascular digital diagnostics, but as I think about digital health, and as we all do, this is going to take a village to really deliver the promise on what digital health should be, and that's equally addressing all 4 stakeholders in the conundrum, hospital providers that are seeking better outcomes, CMS and payers, particularly the Medicaid patient and the uninsured, the single largest driver of our costs in the system, physicians, reliable alerts that they can trust, and most importantly, our patients that we're asking to do something at home, is it really, really easy and simple for them. So my last thank you is to all the entrepreneurs in digital health fighting the fight that really needs to be fought. So thank you.
Please welcome Neil Day, CTO of Dr. Consulting.
Good evening. It's my great pleasure to present the award for Best Employer Wellness and Prevention Company. According to a 2018 report from the RAND Corporation, a growing body of research shows that support for well-being in the workplace has a positive impact on staff, business results, and organizations. These benefits include reduced absenteeism and improved employee productivity. The study goes on to say that content employees have nearly 7% fewer absences and are significantly more highly engaged. Happier, healthier employees are easier to retain and have been shown to get much better results. With such clear benefit, it's no surprise that 80% of large companies and over half of small companies provide employee wellness programs to their staff. And in 2019, the wellness industry will account for about $40 billion in revenue. With that, I'd like to present the nominees in this category. The nominees are Sword Health, creators of the first digital therapist for at-home musculoskeletal care. Lumion. This company works with healthcare providers to design and automate care pathways and deliver measurably better results and at lower cost. Headspace, developers of personal meditation apps with hundreds of themed sessions for stress, sleep, focus, and anxiety. And Paladina Health, providers of direct primary care with an integrated approach that increases value while reducing overall healthcare costs. And the winner is the Best Employer Wellness and Prevention Company is Sword Health.
Musculoskeletal disorders, like chronic back and joint pain, affect 1 in every 2 Americans. Treating back and joint pain costs $190 billion a year, more than what is spent on cancer and mental health. Treatment options usually involve a combination of opioids and surgery. Both involve major drawbacks, and none prevents new episodes of back and joint pain. However, expert entities like the CDC and the American College of Physicians state that physical therapy is the best solution to treat chronic back and joint pain. Still, 91% of patients opt out of physical therapy due to logistic inconvenience. Sword Health built the first and only convenient and effective musculoskeletal care solution, creating an engaging recovery journey for the participant. By bringing physical therapy to the participant's home, our digital therapist delivers an outstanding patient engagement with proven clinical results, while a remote human clinical team monitors the care 24/7. From the very beginning, our programs include continuous assessment, education, and behavioral coaching to help prevent pain episodes. This delivers long-lasting, meaningful results at a fraction of what companies are spending right now. Reach out to us and let us help you make your workforce healthier.
Hello. I bet you didn't expect to see me. I am not with Sword Health. Andre is on his way. He was caught on a tarmac coming from New York, and he will be here in about 8 minutes. So on behalf of Andre, and I encourage you to talk to him after at the reception, I have some words. So Sword Health would like to begin by thanking UCSF and all the judges for this award. We would also like to acknowledge all the other finalists and winners. It's a pleasure to stand beside such brilliant ideas. From its inception, Sword Health has been faithful to 2 principles: outstanding technological quality and thorough clinical validation. And that's the reason why this award is so meaningful to us. We have some of the greatest minds in both health and technology validating our pledge to those 2 principles. Having our work recognized by such an extraordinary group of people makes our endeavors to give patients the best possible musculoskeletal care even more worthy. Thank you very much. On behalf of Sword.
Please welcome Matthew Holt, founder of Health 2.0 Healthcare Blog.
Right, good evening. We are at the end. I can only hear the rock and roll, which is very appropriate because I'm here to give out the award that was originally going to be for the Digital Health Innovator of the Year. And then Mark sent me the nominees, and I went, hang on, none of these lot have done any innovation this year. They founded companies years ago, and in fact, some of them have gone public already. So, shouldn't really be about innovation. And he went, well, look, the Rolling Stones didn't get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame till 2003. So I said, well, how about instead of calling it the Digital Health Innovation of the Year, we call it the brand new UCSF Health Awards Hall of Fame. Are you with me? Yeah. All right. There were a ton of nominees for the UCSF, what did I just call it? UCSF Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Health Awards Hall of Fame. Ton of nominees, and we had 3 finalists. So the finalists were, no particular order. I'm going to read them off. I don't think they're coming up on the screen, but they might do. I will stand there for 30 seconds. No, they're not going to come up. So I'll tell you who the 3 finalists and the biggest vote getters were. First off, Sean Duffy, all the way from Amada Health. he started this business down the road when Rock Health was here as a cool design guy who got into the business of figuring out how to get diabetes prevention into the mainstream. Done a great job of doing that. Second, Ann Wozicki, CEO of 23andMe, many of you know her, started way back 2007, 2008, building a database of genomes and SNPs, and she is now taken that way forward. She fought every battle there was, took on the New York State Medical Board, took on the FDA, did all kinds of crazy stuff, but now has this database, which is building both consumer applications on top of it, but also enabling drug companies and others to build new products. And then finally, although he's in Berlin today, Glenn Tillman. I always tease Glenn because he was when I talked to him back in the 2000s, he was the guy who said that cloud stuff will never happen. It's just another way of selling software. When he left Allscripts, he got religion, became a cloud guy, and now Livongo, as you all know, went public this year, up and down at the stock price, down a bit last couple of days, up a bit more recently. But what Livongo is doing is developing, has been perhaps one of the most successful chronic care management tools to really get out there and sign up a lot of employer clients. So those are your entrants for the Hall of Fame, and I think we have words from all of them, and then we'll have a winner.
Hi, it's Glenn Tillman. I'm the executive chairman and founder of Livongo, and I wanted to give you my greetings today. I'm so sorry I couldn't be with you. I was really excited to be at the UCSF Innovation Awards and join all of you celebrating the great progress that we're making in consumer digital health. It's exciting what's going on. I know that our Chief Product Officer, Amar Kendale, and our Chief Data Scientist, Anmol Madan, are both there to accept the award, but we're really just excited about what all of you, the people in the room tonight, are making happen. And together, we're going to change the future of healthcare, make it better, and make it everything we want it to be, the experience we all dream of. So thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Thank you for the award.
Hello, UCSF community. My name is Sean Duffy, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Omada Health. I'm honored to receive the Digital Health Innovator of the Year award. What an incredible surprise. And I'm sorry I'm not able to be there in person to accept it. Just yesterday, my wife and I brought home a beautiful new baby girl named Aletta from the hospital. So I am here in my house, a bit sleep deprived, changing diapers and helping with feedings. So in any case, huge thrill to receive the award. Really, the thanks and kudos should go to the team at Omada and our partners and customers who enable what we do. And hopefully I'll have a chance to say hi to the community in person in due time. With that, I'm going to go share this new news with beautiful baby Aletta. Okay, all right, take care, everybody.
Well done, Sean. Well done, Glenn. Sean, you may have seen on the wires today, Armada raised another round from Intermountain. I assume that's going to the college fund for 18 years' time. He's probably figured out now he's a dad how much that's going to cost him. All right. So the winner is Ann Wozicki from 23andMe. Here's Ann. Hopefully there'll be a video of Ann. She also had a baby relatively recently, so one reason she wasn't here. Maybe there's a video of Ann, maybe here she is.
I'm Ann Wojcicki. I'm the co-founder and CEO of 23andMe, and I'm sorry I'm not there tonight. But I'm super excited about my award, and I just wanted to say thank you to UCSF Health Hub and all the judges for this award. It's a great honor. I'm a Bay Area native, so I know UCSF well, and I am a huge fan. My sister actually works there. So we're super excited about UCSF taking a leadership role around digital health and where it can go. And I think one thing I've learned with 23andMe over the last 13 years is just how much healthcare can actually be delivered digitally and how much everything is now coming onto your phone, and that healthcare is going to be scalable and completely feasible in a digital format. And so obviously there's limitations, but in many ways the future is digital. And if we want to improve healthcare for everyone, I think it's going to be about figuring out more and more ways that you're going to be delivering it remotely through your phone, through a watch, online. And I'm eager to see more and more what UCSF and the rest of the world ends up doing with all of these innovative new ideas that are coming. So again, thank you. It's an honor. We're excited about doing more with UCSF and with the entire healthcare industry. And I look forward to being there next time. Thanks.
So that's your winner. Those are the three first for the UCSF Health Awards Digital Health Hall of Fame, and hopefully many more of you will join it. But I've been told by Mark that, given none of them showed up, I can keep the award. Thank you very much, Mark. I'm kidding. Take the award. All right.
Please welcome back Barry and Mark.
So, Mark, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think we did?
How do you think we did? So, first of all, thank you. It's always tough following Matt Holt. Very interesting guy, as you can see. Look, this is our first year. We've learned a lot doing this first program, and I have to thank so many people. But let's start with the sponsors. Builders Venture Capital, our primary sponsor, JP Morgan, UCSF Innovation Ventures, NVIDIA, and Silicon Valley Bank. Now, NVIDIA, Barry, I think it's for you to lift the box, the computer. There it is. NVIDIA is actually giving 4 of their brand new Titan computers to winners today. And so they're out there, and you should go on outside. You can see the Titan is actually is really transformational in terms of basically helping companies handle this AI and this machine learning and the processing power you need. Well, thank you. And of course, there's a next person I want to thank is Anna Rembold. And Anna's team put on this event. We found Anna because she was running the Startup Health Festival, and probably a number of you had gone to it. And we said, that's great, Anna, you're hired. And so there's no one better to have for a first-year event. Thank you, Anna. Next person we want to thank is Sean Carlin. And Sean basically works at Innovation Ventures. And if it wasn't Sean, all those amazing graphics, Sean Carlin. Thank you, Barry, for basically everything that you've done at Innovation Ventures and the championing what we're doing here and championing all the work for all these early stage companies. The next person I want to thank, and I have to cue the, from the door here. I want to thank Christina Murphy. And Christina, come on up. Great. So Christina, a number of you, especially you companies, know Christina. What she has done in putting this program together, here you go. Putting this program together was incredible yeoman work. None of this could have happened without Christina. She did it all, and I wanted to really thank you. It was. So really with that, we have the reception is going on. I wanted to thank all of you for coming. They're great companies today. All the companies are winners. Remember, there are 560 companies that submitted here. And we had, at the end, we had 13 that won. But of the almost 40 that were here, these are 40 out of 560. So you are look at the top percent you are in. And those are even, there were so many companies that didn't apply because they didn't meet the criteria. You guys are the leaders of digital health. And hopefully we're going to all see you next year. We have our date, which is September 24th. And if you didn't win this year, Maru, you are going to win next year. And, but no, come here September 24th, 2020. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you out in the reception area.